Smoking Act. You may smoke, you just can't breathe it out. Every year, approximately 1.3 million non-smokers die from secondhand smoke exposure. 28% of them are children. So, the law was passed. Smoke all you want, just keep it to yourself.
The first thing they reformed was the cigarette itself. Every cigarette was recalled and retrofitted with a sealed tip system. From the moment of ignition, smoke is locked between the filter and the mouth. The ad copy reads,
Every drug is a private matter between you and your lungs.
That's true. Tar can no longer leave the body. It settles in the lungs, seeps into muscle and skin. Smokers' complexions turn a deep tobacco yellow. They gave themselves a name. The internal combustion people. The skin whitening industry's primary demographic is no longer women. Albinism became the most coveted genetic inheritance among smokers. There's a viral video of a smoker proudly announcing,
My mother has albinism.
the comment section, good genes. Carbon monoxide can't be expelled either. Poisoning cases surged. Portable personal oxygen chambers became standard equipment. Mouth for smoke, nose for oxygen. Simultaneously, they look like critical patients. They feel great. At the marathon, a group of runners wrapped head to toe in cling film appeared on the course. Smokers can't risk leaking mid-race. Bathhouses and swimming pools banned smokers to protect the water. Someone immediately spotted the business opportunity. A premium smokers-only section, higher ticket prices, wastewater sold to pesticide manufacturers and road construction companies, nicotine extracted for insecticide, tar extracted for asphalt. There's always someone clever. Social etiquette shifted. Exhaling smoke became as shameful as urinating in public. At parties, smokers stand together, faces red, veins bulging, holding it in. If someone slips and releases a puff, it's the equivalent of audibly passing gas at a fine dining restaurant. If someone offers to inhale your accidental leak for you, that person is your pulmonary intimacy, the deepest friendship there is. Dating now comes with brand compatibility requirements. Smokers of the same brand can exchange reserves when kissing. They call it chemistry. Smokers began training in freediving. Holding it longer was a competitive advantage. Some smokers carry a negative pressure flask. One drag, sealed exhale into the flask. At home, the flask is disposed of like nuclear waste. The wealthy found this undignified. A new profession emerged. Lung filters. People paid to inhale the smoke directly from a rich person's mouth. If you have money, suffering is outsourceable. But things go wrong. Someone sneezes and releases a yellow cloud. Someone laughs too hard and leaks. Someone exhales in their sleep. These are classified as public incidents and social humiliation events. Last week's headline,
Man detained after uncontrolled smoke release in elevator.
traffic police no longer test for drunk driving, they test for smoke driving. If your car's smoke content exceeds the legal limit, it's obvious you've been secretly exhaling into the cabin. Insurance companies launched a new product, public exhale liability coverage. It compensates bystanders for health damages caused by your accidental public release. Premiums are calculated based on daily cigarette consumption and your smoke retention score. Some people quit for 3 days before their physical to lower the rate. Retention centers opened. For people who can't hold it, mandatory smoke retention training. No cessation centers. Tax revenue is important. The first generation of smoker mothers gave birth. The infant arrived covered in brown-yellow crusting and did not cry. The doctor slapped its bottom. It coughed up a glob of yellow phlegm directly onto the nurse's face. The nurse was not upset. Apparently it tasted like a premium brand. The couple divorced shortly after. The husband said,
That's not the burn, that's smoke.
Pregnant women were sorted into 3 tiers. Ordinary mothers received a primary contamination report stapled to the birth certificate stating,
Secondhand smoke residual carrier. Maintain distance from sensitive populations.
Wealthier mothers rented clean, surrogate uteruses, billed by the hour, categorized as first use or refurbished. Someone reportedly saved money by renting one that had been refurbished 7 times. The child's lungs were clean. So was everything else. The ultra-wealthy chose external cultivation, fetus in a transparent tank, tube attached, connected to an air purifier. The first-generation smoker's child grew up never having smoked a single cigarette. His physical exam showed mild tar deposits in the lungs. From the mother, the doctor asked,
Do you need to quit smoking?
I never started.
Schools introduced a new subject, new human exhalation. Poor schools taught breath retention. Wealthy schools taught the art of simulated release. The yawn method: open wide, use the tongue to roll the smoke back into the throat, release it disguised as a yawn. Grading criteria: natural expression, volume control, and whether anyone nearby was affected. There was also the alternative exit method, routing smoke downward. Advantage: invisible. Disadvantage: the smell is wrong. Someone was reportedly misdiagnosed with a gastrointestinal condition and had their appendix removed. Families without smokers began protesting. Their children were assigned a different elective. How to kiss a smoker correctly. The first generation of smokers died. At cremation, their bodies were found to contain dense clusters of black, glittering crystals. High concentration tar stones. Smoke diamonds were born, priced by brand and years of retention. The finest stones were cut into rings. When worn, they emit a faint scent of cigarette smoke. Under light, different brands emit different colors. People started collecting full sets, like stamps. One industrialist will specified,
Divide my stones in 2. 1 portion for my ex-wife, 1 for my son.
a new religion emerged. They believe retention is a form of spiritual practice. Their prayer:
May my lungs bear our thanks, and claim no space from heaven or earth.
their saint, the first man to hold his smoke for 40 years, whose lungs produce flower-shaped crystals at death. Their ultimate aspiration: to become a true internal combustion engine, and one day, to ignite. Last week, a study was published. Scientists found that long-term smoke retainers show measurable shrinkage in the brain region responsible for threat perception. More notably, this change also appeared in their offspring. The new generation of smokers reports feeling calmer than their parents, less prone to anxiety. Yesterday, the tobacco company updated its slogan.
Cigarettes, for when you'd rather not think about it.
A parent saw the ad and thought,
That's good news.
his child had been anxious lately. He decided to let the kid have a few more cigarettes.
Every year, approximately 1.3 million non-smokers die from secondhand smoke exposure. 28% of them are children.